was on 6 minutes early. And anyway, we are here. We're together. So I don't know when it actually started, if you're seeing me look confused. But welcome, everyone, and happy new moon. Akasha here, Nan Akasha from nanakasha.com. And I'm super happy to be with you on the new moon, of course, and in this series because I love my dolphins. I love playing with dolphins. And today we're going to talk to Perseus. This is a little stone dolphin that I bought when I first met Perseus, who's a baby girl dolphin. And when I came back, and from that trip, I got several dolphins, and I met her. She was 3 months old, I think. I think 3, maybe 4 or 5. And so what happened was I started to do a lot of channeling shows here about dolphin healing and guides, and all kinds of realms came in I'd never heard of. I didn't know there were rainbow dolphins. I didn't understand the true multidimensionality of the beingness of the dolphin. They're so ancient and wise. They're so high frequency, and they're frequency masters, right? They have sonar. They send clicks. They can recalibrate you. They can scan you. They can send certain messages. It's quite amazing. And that's just what we know they can do, right, on the physical level. So I've been with the dolphins for a long time, always loved dolphins as a kid, like most of you, and was really blessed when I was pregnant with my daughter Jordan, but I didn't know I was pregnant yet because it had been trying for 8 years. And I went on a wild dolphin swim. And the wild dolphin swim was so much fun because I was always near the dolphins, and I'm a very good swimmer. But afterwards, I found out I was pregnant, and I know that dolphins really love to be around pregnant women. And so this began my relationship with Jordan, who has now passed. She had, I painted dolphins on her dressers. You know, we had all these dolphin things going on. And of course, then there was a sadness to it as well for me. However, because dolphins are all about high frequency, high states of consciousness, being up in joy brings you into a state of bliss. And we talk about the state of bliss as something we are to achieve, it's like utopia, like, will it ever happen? And yet you've been there at least a few times in your life. And when you have the ability to allow your frequency overall, the vibration with which it's the radiation, the emanation, what is the combined energy, uh, like how fast are you vibrating? And that can be expressed a lot of different ways, numerically, with words, with sacred geometry. But the basis of it is that everything that you have within your light body, the physical body, the aura or physical etheric, the emotional body, the mental body, yeah, that's your mind, okay? And then you have Buddhic and causal or spiritual type bodies, you have financial and relationship bodies. And these are your chakras, if you've heard of those, are within those, right? And those are called your subtle bodies because they're at slightly higher frequencies that they vibrate. So we call them invisible or unseen. And the aura, the feeling right here against us, it's really merging kind of in and out of us. It goes out a little ways, is what the dolphins really want us to work with. Our auric field. I'll be honest, I learned about the aura probably very, very early on. All I thought was, oh, we radiate some color. It wasn't a big deal to me. I learned been through all kinds of medical energy healing and doctor of homeopathy and all of those things, master hypnosis, and then shamanic work and mystery work. And so I've approached who we are How do we heal or find peace or come back to center? What's our purpose? I wanted to be free from pain, emotional pain, and any kind of pain. And what pain is a doorway. So, what happens when you're with a high vibrational being? When you come to a place like my home, like a sanctuary, or you go to a temple in ancient Greece, or a pyramid in ancient Egypt, or you go to Peru and you go to Machu Picchu, you go to a garden or a river near you, you go to a sacred tree that you love to talk to, there's a medicine there that brings peace, that brings balance, that brings a breath, that brings a space into you that you could maybe hear you. It's very difficult to hear you. And so we are so excited to be able to talk to and communicate with the dolphins on all of these realms. And I'm a seer, an oracle, a channel, energy healer. I do see energy with my eyes and my inner eyes, and many levels of being a visionary, as well as many other senses. And I move through time and space and travel through time and space, or what you might call the Akashic records, or astral travel. These are all different ways of changing states. And what are we looking for? What are we all looking for? We think in our head it's a bunch of stuff. I want this, I want that person, I want this like this. When this is this way, I'll be happy, and so on. The reality is, what we really want is realignment with our truth, with our spirit, with our path, with what we were designed for. We assisted and became the point person for this life, which didn't come just to suffer. You came to go through all these things and clear and cleanse and complete a lot of patterns, a lot of lives, a lot of relationships, the breakdowns, the losses, the pains, the fears. They don't mean anything about you not good enough. They simply mean you're a divine soul doing a kick-ass job here in a really, really epically intense time, and you're at the leading edge of soul evolution. As a leading edge soul evolution, you need leading edge guides. You need leading edge advisors. You need leading edge mentors. I don't know, like the spiritual mentors, maybe. And so this could be me, or this could be the dolphins. This could be I have 18, I think, coconut trees. And I mean, like, I'm on the third floor and this one's taller than me. The coconuts are right there. Big, big guys. And when I first started living here, I didn't just want to get to know these coconut trees because they're planted here as individuals, but also the coconut tree as a being, because I felt drawn to this being a sanctuary where I was meant to be, to work with the land, to bring certain spirit energies in. And these are a part of the land. So these are beings, these are guardians, these are my guardians, these enormous, amazing beings, so resilient, so strong. And what do they give me? They give me an environment that I can thrive inside of. They're beautiful to my eyes. They give me delicious coconuts to eat and drink. They're protective if there's big winds, because I live right on the ocean. It's right there. And they have all of this incredible strength. And then their personality is their medicine. So when you're in an environment that is, you believe something about yourself, you create an environment. I'm not good enough. It's never enough. Nobody believes in me. Nobody hears me. I failed at this. I lost that. I can't take any more risks in my life because I've lost so much. It hurts too much. I'm not strong enough. What if I'm sick? What if this happens? On and on. So the beauty of it is that we have this ability to shift what we think. We can change states. We can go to a higher state of consciousness, and suddenly all that shit that seemed overwhelming and consuming has no hold on you. You just sort of slip out of it and look and go, oh, that was interesting. This is what the dolphins want to show us. They've they work with the frequencies of the ocean, and then they connect to all waters on the planet. They keep a high frequency net. It looks like a crystal grid to me around the planet. And when we go to work with them in December, we're going in March, and we get to go in and kiss them and hug them and play with them and heal them and be healed by them and meditate with them and do divination cards with them. And it's amazing. And so now you're entangled. You're a part of their pod. So I'm a part of a pod in the Atlantic Ocean, wild Atlantic spotted dolphins, I think they're called. These ones here that I've worked with for 7 years now. On the 2nd of October, I'll be 7 years that I landed in. And I'm here. Love it. Never ever thought that would. I never thought that. I came for 2 months. So the dolphins called me here. I know they're one of the guides that brought me here. I know that the ancient Maya have brought me here because I've had lives now, many lives that I remember. I've met people and ceremony people. I've learned so much about the ancient Maya. I channel and go to the ruins and I bring through the information. Same thing I do when we go to Greece is I'm talking to the land and the temples and the ancient spirits and freeing the energies that are ready to come back into the light, into us, and releasing the energies that are holding fear and pain in the planet and can be released into love. So we are like love warriors, we're love communicators. We bring our codes, whatever those might be in our soul. The dolphins want us to realize that if we're conscious of our frequency, we can start to raise up. They're always moving. They never sleep. They kind of rest when they have one brain sleeping at night, but they always have half of their brain working all the time. And they can move through realms. They move through to the astral field, to the collective dolphins and beyond. So the assistance that's available right now from the dolphins is quite profound. And they really want to emphasize what they told Dolphin Donna, we call her, the lady that started the center we go to. She's an energy healer, and she's doing work on the planet of great beauty and depth. And it's a confusing topic. And yet, when you go and you experience the love that this place and these dolphins and these waters, its ocean, have, you start to have an experience that you're raised right out of shame, blame, anger, fear, depression, craving, anxiety, blame, misery, loss, victimhood, anger, anything. You raise up out of those, and then you move through neutrality and courage, and I think I can do this, and starting having hope and being able to feel like, oh, I'm free of all that stuff. I can move into an intention. And then you free yourself as you enter the state of acceptance. After the state of acceptance, you want me to, okay, they want me to show you the scale. Let me get the scale for you. After you reach the state of acceptance, and I was just talking to a client this morning about this, what happens at that state is it's not weak. You're not accepting what you have and giving up. It's where you reclaim your power. And if your solar plexus is important to you, if you're an emotional authority, if you're a fire sign, if you need to step back into your center and claim your voice and your way of thinking about yourself and your way of creating everything in your life, this is important to you, okay? And so what you do is you get, that's interesting. There's a specific reason that that flavor came in. Excuse me, I'm tested. And so the, oh my gosh. So as we go up the scale, we are able to be free of the perspective of fear. So if you're in fear, or if you say, no, I'm not in fear, but you have anxiety, that is the emotional state of the state of fear. And it can show up for you in many different ways. And maybe if you stay inside your comfort zone, you never push yourself out. And not a big deal. You know, I'm in my comfort zone. I have all my stuff the way I like, and I feel good. I feel safe. And so I don't really have a lot of anxiety or fear. And then the minute that you think about going somewhere or doing something that hasn't been something that you've done before, or is going to lead you to a big spiritual breakthrough, you're going to have the doubts and all those things come up. So being able, excuse me, I have to think for a minute. What am I looking for? The scale. Being able to understand that your perspective in the moment is only because you're at a particular state. And if you call on the dolphins, the thing that they're going to help you with is going to be amazing, because what they have is the ability to scan you. They can tell what you need, and they raise your frequency. They literally change your brain waves. They change your entire frequency. They pull you up out of any place you maybe know or don't know that you're carrying guilt, fear, pain, shame, whatever, and they start to lift you up. What I love about it is, in the meantime, we're engaged. Like when we're there, we're like doing third eye activations or kissing or holding their heart to ours and doing some heart weaving and different things that I teach you. And the relationship's so engaging and intimate to get to be there and touch them, that it's already having this impact of taking you out of the moment. You aren't thinking about any of your problems. You aren't thinking about who died, if someone in your family just died. That people come on the retreat when it's time for them to begin to heal from that kind of stuff. And it's profound. There's a lady who came to the last Dolphin retreat, and it was the corner of turning, and we both knew it would be, but it's always stunning when you see it, afterwards. You're just like, I don't feel the same at all. I'm onto a new level. That's what we want for you. We want you onto a new level. So in the meantime, what the dolphins are doing is, if you're there, they're scanning you, and they throw this crystal net around you, and they do this to everybody. And what is really cool is that they do this in a way that, why can't I? Oh, here we go. They do this in a way that gives you a sense, without really realizing it, they have now created a space around you. Okay, so this is what we experience live and in person. And I keep clicking it. It's not wanting to open it. Yeah. So what we'll do now is I'm going to share the scale with you. And if you're a student of mine, or if you're a student of mine, you will know that I give you the scale. It's in the shop for free. So if you go to shop.nanakasha.com, that there's free stuff. And one of them is the scale of consciousness. This is the way that I've interpreted from David Hawkins. And there's declarations, there's the chart of the rays of creation. There's things that I feel like you should know and be able to reference, because as an awakening being on a soul journey, if you do have meditations where you go way up the scale, if you do like the dolphin recalibration audio that I have, it's so profound that one lady signed up for the retreat, and within 2 weeks of listening to that every day, she wrote me an email and said, I've already healed everything I was coming on the dolphin retreat for. What could be next, right? So when you work with anything, any tool that you really love, like in the Sacred Spirit Guide Circle that I have, that's $26 a month, we just got, I just created a new audio. And this month was called, I didn't know what it was going to be called. So I created the music. So I channel the music, and then through that music, I then play that, and I create space, and I begin to channel whatever it is. And this one turned out to be the sun, and it's called Enlighten, and it's being downloaded with sun, from the great central sun, the different chakras that you have. You have a great central sun chakra. It's your 12th chakra. And you have your solar plexus, and we have our sun, and we have the great central sun. And all of these are a source of the gold ray energy, which is the 12th ray of creation, and it has every other ray in it, and it connects you to your divine purpose, and so on, and wealth and prosperity, and so on and so forth. So that's if you're in the Sacred Spirit Guide Circle this month. Monday, we're going to have our second live call for the month, where I do some love spotlights, where I do some channeled readings for people, and I channel through what the energies right now want to say to us. So you can come to that on Monday if you want to join us. That's over in the shop as well. So all of these things, whatever it is for you, that raises your frequency. You know it. You know it when you go, oh, the tension's gone. Oh, the grief has released a little. Oh, I don't feel so angry right now. Right? I was talking to a client, and what came up was, I get angry when the fear comes back. And it's so interesting. I'm going to go to this talking about. And there should be links to everything below for you, to anything that I'm talking about. And you can always go to shop.nankasha.com. Okay, so this is the Infinite Show, and this is kind of the series, Communicate and Co-Create with Dolphin Realms. However, yesterday I channeled some really wonderful information from some more levels of Moon Dolphin, since we are in the new moon. Right now is the full peak of the new moon. And Perseus, who we're going to talk to today, right here in the picture, she told me she was a Moon Dolphin. And when she first started to channel through me in March, after I had met her and I came home, and then this little statue kind of became her little representative right here to hold her, she started explaining a Moon Dolphin. And yesterday we had a different aspect. We had these dark kind of shadow dolphins, but they're saying, well, we go with the new moon. Well, the new moon is dark. But then they had this whole information that came through. So make sure you listen to it, about how we have it wrong just because from our perspective it looks like the moon is dark or disappeared, right? Because it's literally on top of, or inside of, or consumed by, or hugging the sun. That's what's happening right now. Is that they said that is an infusion of light. That what's happening right now for the moon is it's being refilled with light, so it can radiate that light, right, as it travels up through to the full moon. So it's actually so full of light that you can't see it. Consumed by the light and held by the light. Very different perspective. There were some personal channelings that came through. And then tomorrow, I think we're going to be doing the Atlantean dolphins. So make sure you join me for that. Then next week, there'll be the rainbow dolphins, and we'll talk to my healing pod and the ancient dolphins also. And so now let me show you the scale. Well, actually, let me show you this. So this is my journey to Greece coming up. And I, believe it or not, yes, I'm talking to very actively to 2 people, and other people are hovering, who feel called to do this, and they take a step forward, and then their life comes up, or their fear comes up, or whatever. So everything that calls your soul, if it's to come to my dolphin retreat in December, or if it's to come to ancient Greece with me in a few weeks, or if it's to come to ancient Greece with me next next year for May, whatever you feel, if you're called by your soul, there's a reason, there's a benefit. You may not be able to know what it is. You may not be able to have all your T's crossed and your I's dotted. You may not be ready. You may have to rush, or you may have to rearrange things, or you may have to ask favors for people, or you may have to be willing to give yourself time off, or whatever. So when you're called to a retreat like this is also, we're going to be working with the dolphins. So one of the things I did with my recent show was the Dolphins of Delphi, not angel dolphins. And so check these out, and we have the links below. They're 2 different pages, and they're 2 different. The one right now is substantially discounted. because of course I want people to come now, and I want them to walk with me and the sacred sisters, holding hands, holding hearts, awakening Gaia, replugging our life force, our umbilical cord into Gaia, and reawakening the oracle in the caves, in the land, the sacred feminine, the respect, the wealth, the prosperity within ourselves, within the land, within the temples, and really draw from the healing temples. We're going to go to the ancient healing spas where they would sleep in the temples, prepared to receive direct healing messages from the god and goddesses of healing. So these are all energies, and these are energies that are ready to be brought back up into our consciousness as soul medicine for us. So if you come with me, it's magic every day. We're going to reawaken the magic. We're on our own spiritual agenda. We're going to these sacred places. We're going when there's very few or no people there. We're going to places most people don't know about. We're going in a sacred way. We're going to be having healings and messages, and I'll be channeling messages from all these places, and so will you. Everybody will start to feel other lives or other powers coming alive. You bring your key codes, you leave your key codes. So as we travel through, we're going to begin just after the full moon. So there'll still be full moon energy, and I will be in Athens on the full moon. And this picture here that my beloved made of the Acropolis with the full moon is so profound to me. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be absorbing this energy because this is a calling for my soul. Okay, so if this is something that your soul is calling you for, there's a way to come. Um, there was someone looking, and they said, I can't find a flight. And I said, let me look. And I found 2 flights that were less than somebody coming way less distance, and really nice connections and everything. So I'm a travel wizard. I have travel guides. I have travel spirits that work with me. I can open doors to anything. Just don't worry about the logistics. Contact me if you want to come to this one, because it is coming up, and I am holding the space for you. This temple right here on the left is one of these things at the Asclepion, and it's called an abeta, I think, and it's where you would sleep and receive your healing directly from these divine sources of healing and beauty. So, cave we're going to go into, the original cave of the oracle. Seriously. This is the view of the Bay of Delphi that our rooms will have when we're dolphins from Delphi Isles. So everything is here on this page, bonuses, and uh, this is some of the little towns we're going to stay in, and right by the ocean with this beautiful fort above, and the energy everywhere we go. Of course, the foods. You here, this is your last 2 nights in Athens. You can see the Acropolis right there from the roof pool, the view from the hotel in Delphi. It's just all right. So let's take a peek at our scale. All right. So take a deep breath in, hold it in your heart. Cleanse, clear, and expand your heart and yourself to be here now. Go very gently and take a look at the scale. Where do you think you are right now? Ask intuitively, ask for good. You can just look here. So I teach to use a truth testing method that you trust. You must be very, very good at it, like muscle testing or pendulum. And you can always use your intuition till you get something else to second check that, just sure. And you start around neutrality. So just take a look down here at the bottom. These are the heavier states of consciousness. And if you're carrying them, they're bringing your frequency down. The dolphins are all about frequency. They know how to scan you and find the places that you're blocked, you're clogged, you're stuck, you've disconnected from good vibrations. If you're down here, it's very hard to see, think, or feel anything of the light. You can see that if you're blaming yourself or others, and the whole world is big into blaming everybody right now, what happens is your mind starts to think evil thoughts, unkind thoughts. There's no place here for allowance and sympathy and acceptance and compassion. Compassion is up at acceptance. It's a long way. What happens is around you destruction. You start to see bad things happen. You start to see things that are falling apart. You start to feel like you've been, your things in your life have been taken or been destroyed or won't come back. And this is what the state of guilt is all about. Then you have depression or indifference, which brings despair and hopelessness, and you abdicate. You just leave. You don't want anything to do with your life. You feel condemned by others and yourself, and often you just become indifferent, depressed. Now, fear is where anxiety lives, and those frightening thoughts that keep bringing you back to what's the fear, what's the fear. And what happens here is that you withdraw. And you feel punished, and you punish others, and you punish yourself. I can't do that until this. I can't do this until that. This has to be done, and that has to be done. Who is saying that? Is that your soul? Is that your heart speaking? No, it is not. It's this dark, heavy energy. When you vibrate at these states, it's very difficult to feel trust, to release, to think about being inspired and optimistic, much less in bliss. So go all the way up and see where joy is. 540 is the state of joy. This is where the dolphins live. The emotional body is happy. And believe me, when you go in person, you're happy. The mental body goes into abundance. Wow, isn't that what we want? Well, if the mind is what creates, it isn't truth, and it's run by the ego, and it must be cleansed and remastered. However, if that's where you create, then if you're in joy and you feel happiness, your emotional field's going to feel pretty good, and that energy that you do use is going to be in happiness. You're going to be spreading happiness with your words, happiness with your touch, happiness with your feet as you touch the ground and walk through your day. What happens is around you, the process is transfiguration. This is even different than transformation, right? Transformation is, oh, I went from being sad to being happy. If you go through transfiguration, you don't recognize yourself anymore. You've changed who you are because your perspective is oneness. So this is what the dolphins bring. They want to bring this frequency to you wherever you are down here. Okay? And you can look at this more, and it tells you a lot about where you are. If you're angry, then your emotional body is hating, your mind is antagonistic, you're going to be seeing aggression everywhere. So suddenly you're seeing and hearing stories about people being attacked or people being hurt or people getting sick or other things that are out to get you, right? There could be even this antagonistic sense of saying no just for the sake of no. And this is where people live most, is at the state of desire or addiction, which means that your emotional body is craving. Now, don't say no because of the word addiction. I don't like the word addiction either. However, it said desire, and I do like the word desire. To me, a desire is a soul-inspired desire that you move towards, and you are willing to leave your comfort zone. So at addiction, your emotional body's craving. What does that mean? It's never satisfied. I need this and then I'll be happy, but then I need that, but it has to come this way and it better happen this way. And those people should stop doing that. And how do I fix this? And I can't do this until all these other things are done. And it never ends. It never ends. I'm unfulfilled, and the mind is disappointed. And this is the state of enslavement or being stuck, where you feel denied. Everything you see is See, these people were denied a fair trial, and I was denied. Nobody heard me, nobody saw me, nobody recognized my pain. I've been denied this, I've been denied that. I'm denying myself. So these energies could be, you've got 10% in guilt and grief and regret, right? Tragedy, all of this stuff. Of course, we see and have this. So maybe you've got 20% hanging around in regret and grief. And then you have 40% in anxiety, and you have 20% in craving, and you have, 5% in optimism. Oh, and you have 10% in reverence. You can meditate and go up into love. So all those combine to create your frequency. So it would be a math thing, right? This, the percentage it is, and then that's your frequency. What the dolphins want you to know is that you are not at the mercy of the frequency that you're carrying or that you're projecting or that you keep creating. So Perseus says, what happens when you actually make a conscious choice to let go? I don't need to blame anyone anymore. I don't need to feel miserable. I don't need to hang on the past or what anybody did or what anybody didn't do. I don't need to be condemned anymore. I'm done with that. Those lives, this life, any life, I'm not taking that forward with me. Known and unknown, Perseus is asking you right now, willing to release. Say to yourself right now, yes, I'm willing to release all the low energy, emotion, body, and environment, habit, any level of my being that no longer serve my highest good. I release all shame, release all guilt, blame, destructive, addictive, evil thoughts. I release all depression, indifference, despair, hopelessness. I reclaim myself, my throne and my throat. I now am pardoned forever from every time I've been condemned. Perseus says, will you rise with me? Do you understand where I've been? Do you understand the labors that I went through before Hercules? Before Hercules. This was an amazing thing because at this time, it was only me that could call on the trees, the gods, the wind. I had to call on those beings who lived inside of other living beings. And for me, as Perseus, this Greek hero, I embody the hero's journey. And the hero's journey isn't, I came in happy and stayed there and went home. It was great. I had serenity, abundance, peace, harmony, love, happiness every minute of every day. It was wonderful. I lived 300 years and now I'm done. That is not the hero's journey. You are a hero. You are a hero just like I am a hero. I was the embodiment of this idea, the greatest Greek hero, the slayer of monsters, much before. And I am the one that cut Medusa's head. This is the one everyone knows. Medusa was a goddess. She was a beautiful, divine, feminine being. She was cursed. And she became the epitome, the icon of a demon. But the most important part of this that I didn't learn until I went on my quest as it was put before me, I had no choice. Just like you, you've had no choice. You've had no choice to live this life. You feel as if you dropped in. The circumstances, the people, the family, the finances, whatever it was. This is not your destiny. This is your gift. This is your challenge. This is the challenge from your soul. Your soul wants to grow, wants to evolve, wants to move past these fears that you've built into enormous monsters. You truly believe that these monsters are here, that fear in your belly could keep you from something. I chose to come back now as a dolphin, a baby girl dolphin in a very specific place because of my need to speak to you, to speak to all of those that will come there, that will see me. I can send my frequency to them, that maybe will touch me or get in the water with me. And then we become one and the net grows wider. And when you fall into grief and regret and tragedy, I am there with my crystal net and I lift you. Now you are in the new moon and I am a moon dolphin. That means I hold the powers of the moon, the sacred feminine. This is pure love and pure healing and receptivity. Receive from me every day. Call to me. Let me lift you up from despair, from anxiety, from denial and stuckness and craving and feeling you'll never get free. And there's one more thing, and it overwhelms. And it's that puts you into not caring. And then there's a moment. And to me, yes, the moment of acceptance frees emotional body. You are walking forgiveness. Carry no more. Attached to no more. You magnetize no more. Mind harmonizes with a whole new world. And the rainbow dolphins show you how that works. You transcend with effortlessness out of all of the aggression, the pain, state, empowerment first, that courage, heart. Do you think being a hero who's been cursed and then sent to do impossible tasks? I had to save Andromeda from a sea monster. What does that mean? What is the symbol of that? I was as Perseus. This consciousness is the son of Zeus. That's the son of God. That's the son of the divine, highest level. That is pure owning your truth. You are divine. You are here as your own authority. And this is what I have to offer you. In order to do these seemingly impossible tasks and be the inspiration that life was meant to be, to bring forward the idea of that hero's journey, I was half human. And this is the perfect explanation for you. You are half human, half divine. You are Gaia in the body. You live in this 3D world. And I am related as a half brother and a great grandfather of Hercules. So This is the truth, who you are. You are that which has been set a task that seems Herculean, as you say. Persean, I say. Have you been sent to cut the head of the biggest monster you have within you that drives your head crazy like snakes coming out of it, writhing in every direction, going nuts, never resting, this constant? Are you constantly on guard? Do you have a part of you that refuses to let go of the anger, that has been poisoned by the shame and the guilt and the blame? I am here, and I am also the bringer of gold. Zeus, my father, the symbols, stories tell you, came as a shower of gold and poured over his mortal mother and I. Perseus was born already with prophecy around. What do you do when there's fear around you about your future? Some want to reject you. Have you had this? Some want to control you. Some want to kill you. Perhaps your loving mother wants to protect you and save you. Cast into the sea in a wooden chest, I did not know. Darkness floating for so long. I came to an island, Seriphos. Here I grew. So now, when you want to raise your frequency, what better way for me to bring the journey that you go on? Let us take it. Remember, I've been through disgrace. I've been through curses. I've been through loss. I've been through battle. I've had to face the deepest fears. I've had to go to the biggest depths. This is who you are. You are a hero. You are here on your journey. Now is your time. Do you have a fear that turns you to stone the way the Medusa did? This Gorgon, just by looking at, could petrify you. About anxiety and fear, about indecisiveness, hopelessness. Think of all the places that this happens to you. Medusa is alive and well, yet, like me, you've been called now, called forward because it is time to know fear. Call on the goddess Athena, and she gave the tool, guidance. And when you follow the guidance of the divine spirits that are here to help you, whether it's Athena, whether it's a god or goddess or a nature or source or any aspect of the divine, they can come to help you, to give you the tools, give you guidance, see ahead to know the best way to go. Many guides will come to you on your way. How do you rise from these low states? How do you become empowered and encouraged? How do you self mission? See the doors open, step in, be neutral, satisfied, strong, ready. I was given wings to fly from. I was given a special sword, a helm that shrouded me in invisibility. And Athena gave me the shield, which is why she has the on. This was protection, protection in the form of darkness, protection, shield, protection, with the ability to fly, rise above fear and pain. Did you know that you have guides and beings in your life right now, magical beings who want to bring you tools, want to give you guidance? They want you to go to the deepest level that you can rise to the highest level. So when you move, you leave your fear, you can go towards anything you've been, anything you desire, anything, because you simply accept wisdom that is held, wisdom of these heroes, of these archetypes, wisdom not to be thought of as superior. These are archetypes, symbols, these are messages, source from you in the past, potential futures, our Akashic record. Ride with us, find time to think of me during the day. Look at a picture of a dolphin, listen to the dolphin, meditate, be. Wherever you are, if you would surrender, I have the tool. I will rise up till you are willing. Fire, knowing, then send it, effortless passion, love, reverence, belief. As you enter the state of oneness, here, joy is a state of rank so far above all other. Happiness, it isn't full, it doesn't ride the wave. Mind knows there's more than enough. There is, that at this level you can transfigure anything because you are one source, one with the field of infinite abundance. Now you can rise into bliss and serenity, move in gratitude and flow, dive down, play, fear and anxiety, up and down, and down, down. What your has taken you But now you no longer have to be at the whim or the mercy. Now you can ride the gale because you have succeeded in your journey, gone, followed the call of the heart over and over, all the pain, all the parts of the shadows and all the caves and all the comfort zones you've left and all the losses you've suffered. These now all are gold. Only gold is your power. Gold is hidden in the dark, like the new moon. Gather your gold, give up with the depths of shame, guilt, and blame. Rise up, leaving despair behind, saying goodbye to regret, tragedy, anxiety, craving. These all release fear, their attachment, give you a gold nugget. Gold nuggets now begin to form a bracelet. Bracelet now is a key point of power. This is showing you as you rise up now into courage. You know that you can do this. Yes, I can. You feel it. It's possible. I'm empowered in this moment. This is the tipping point. I invite you to, and I will meet you here every time at courage. Feel yourself empowered, the permission to become, to release, to realign, to redesign. It's all around you. You ride the hero's journey because you are called. Called from your heart, you're called from your soul. Something seems so wonderful, and you step out of your ordinary world. As you step out of your ordinary world, you immediately must have here. I am with you. I have been with every epic hero through all cultures in all time. I hold the archetype of empowerment, permission, possibility. I enable you to release. I trust you, and you trust yourself. Courage bathes you now. Everything else beneath it, buried. You slip into this beautiful state of neutrality. Each of these pieces of gold that have been surrendered past or past lives, of low states, is glistening. You have panned the gold. You have found your powers, your wisdom. You have reclaimed that which was the jewel at the center. All the pain in the past. There's nothing there for you anymore. There's no need to go back to the pain or the fear. There's no need to go back to what if, what they said. There's no need to have everything you go for. You have claimed the wisdom of the stages, cycles, and ages, this life and those in your. As you rise, slipping gently through zone. Like a slate. Neutral zone. Dolphin. jumping, swimming under you, or rocking you feet. We're rewiring and recalibrating you. We're infusing you with colors. We're giving you an auric reboot, and we're realigning you through the gold to your soul's purpose, to the ability in your divinity. You must accept it. You are not only human, you are not only suffering. You have a purpose and a power. Your story too will inspire others. Now, release yourself with optimism, tension, letting the inspiration go up all of the dolphins around you, higher and higher. Will you accept? You allow us to accept help. Will you accept you are designed for divinity? Will you accept your powers and your magic? Will you accept and allow your emotional body to be freed from bondage, finally forgiven? Will you accept and free your mind from repeating tirelessly and endlessly the past, the pain, the what ifs? Oh, please come into harmony. Let your brilliant mind play in the fields, and now you feel the rainbow dolphin. Transcend quickly to floating on a very vast cloud, up higher and higher. Passion oozing from you, love, adoration, support, belief, willingness. Pour now into your own wisdom. Allow your mind to find the meaning. The Lemurian dolphins live. They have a deep emotion. Multiple realms of Gaia. They bring you up. Now you loving. This Shadia, healing dolphin queen, vast, eloquent, enormous. Open your heart in reverence. Lift. You will nullify and make benign all toxins, body, heart, and mind. Revelation for now. Heart. A ripple across your body, down your sense. Revelation for Perseus says, when you reach this point in your journey, you have gone already through the dark, the dungeon, the torture, the pain, the past. You do not have to keep experiencing. Did this. You have become consumed by it. You believe it is your identity. You believe it is your destiny. It is not. That is a fate. You have not been assigned. Your destiny is to disappoint the part of you that wants to enslave you and be free. Let us raise you up as in harmony. Mind becomes judges for force, always present. Wrapped in this pure love, must accept it to rise. In order to enter the joy frequency with us, we must bring you into the waters. Please enter the sacred waters with us. Enter these sacred waters, the sea of bliss, the sea of one, effective now. Emerge. Shape shift. Oh, abundant abilities of freedom. You begin to see it, you begin to understand it. It is here, it is here, it is in me, it has always been here. Always been here. Happiness explodes. The emotional body becomes a clear yet colorful space. Joy, reverberate. Stand here, stay here, receive it, be it, stand inside of it, and then swallow it. Let it be inside of you and let it carry you. Sink deep into joy. Let happiness carry you up. Play and bathe in abundant mind. Consumes. All you felt was denied. All you felt you had lost. All the tragedy, all the hopelessness, all the fear. There's none of it here. This is the abundance of everything. And you shift. You shape shift. Your mind changes, and then your body changes, and then your feelings change, and you begin to see your aura radiating. Yes, this is you. If you could do this and know that your life will change in one moment if you radiate the beauty that you already know how to be. Come to joy, peace, bliss, the flow, connection. It's all here. Vast, Dolphin collective. New moon has brought through many realms. Please bask in them. Please play in them. Please continue to be that you know. Allow all of these gifts to free you, as we need you to free your ancient wisdom as well. We need you to consciously be in your body that Perseus is. Now, forever, body a state that never fears deep, never the mercy powers outside. Know now that as we come back, Perseus slowly sending love, play with this, be afraid of your, that there is a part of me knowing I've already of the hero quest soul have been called from your ordinary, that fell in love and lost, needed, You've yearned, failed, tried. You came to a state where you were either at the door of the dungeon, shadow, next step, find happiness, abundance, truth of who you be. That is where you must shadow. When you begin to climb from the shadow world, when you have that particular aspect of soul lost everything, died, let go, transformed. As you climb from this, you may feel that you're finally free, and then you are pulled down again, and then another happens, and then you are marching towards the light and you feel free, and then another drags you back in. This is the correct path. This is the way it was for me. This is the way it is for you. And you keep getting up and choosing again, and your strength grows stronger. Your new shape is waiting for you. Your new reality is ready for you. Come back to your new status as the hero, recognized and seen. Bring back the powers, and forever be a light to all others who walk their path too, as I have been. We bid now to go. Thank you, thank you, thank you to Perseus, to the dolphins, to the new moon, for all that has come through. Beautiful healing. This was a chance to get to know the scale. This was a chance, this is where it's free right here at the top. This is a chance to ride it emotionally, to go repeat that as a meditation, to bring in all the frequencies, all the messages. There's so much there because we work multidimensional that every time you re-listen, or this is the first time you download this, you will now be integrating it everywhere you go. And this is the truth. This is so beautiful. I didn't know how this was going to come through, but that idea of our myths, our heroes, our stories, we're here, we're living that mythical journey. And I'm going to make sure that you get on my list at nanakasha.com. I'm going to send everybody a link to a beautiful little 4-minute video, I think, from TEDx education on the hero's journey. And it's perfect. It's just boom, 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 boom. Shows you in a little circle exactly this is the template that we're living. You can't say, no, not me. I'm not a hero. I'm not a heroine. Yes, you are. You're the one living your life. You have more power than you know. You have more support than you know. And this is also part of the story that Perseus is bringing to us. You have ancient wisdom from many lives, not just this life, from things you've been through. You can tap into them. In every one of your lives, every one of the moments of your lives, whether you realize it, remember it, or consciously know it or not, there have been guides there. There have been nature spirits. There have been your higher self. There's been fairies or unicorns or gods or goddesses or celestials or the moon or the sun or a tree spirit, whatever you want to call it. Again, please, this is not religion. This is nothing to do with religion. This is not a religious structure. Do not take or resist any of this information based on that, because what is happening here is these are speaking. These are parts of the divine that we have claimed into our consciousness, and they carry a particular medicine. So today, go about thinking that you're the hero of your life. In fact, you're the of soul right now. You are alive in the moment, and that life in this moment is the culmination of many of these challenges. Those challenges aren't meant to be burdens and fears that walk with you forever. They are meant to be walked through, and then the gold is meant to be gathered from it and the rest panned away. You don't need the soil, you don't need the dirt, the grief, the pain, the story, the who, the blame. Who you became in that moment. What new power did you free in that moment? What past life did you connect to in that? That is the path we're on. Thank you to the Dolphin realms for all of these and to these healing. Thank you so much. Carry these in our heart with every breath, step, unbroken. I will see you tomorrow here live. Play with this. Please share this and reach out to me if you would like to come to Greece now or in May. Come to the Dolphins in December or March. And also, I have an equinox sale. Right, an equinox sale. So if you go to the shop, shop.nanakasha.com, there's some special goodies going on over there. Okay, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Love you. Hi, Luna. Luna on the moon. Woohoo! I actually made it to live again. Woo! It's been so long. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. You know, I use my pendulum. I trust my pendulum as my partner in this. Excellent. I do too, but I was trained like, wow, like a whipping boy to do it right. And it was for medical analysis and stuff. It was very serious. So it's my go-to. Even when I trust my intuition 99% of the time, it's my go-to to confirm because it's outside of my effect. But most people can easily affect the pendulum. So good for you. I'm seeing the pendulum show me that my core vibration is way higher than my personality or a go vibe, ego vibe. My thinking is pretty stinky this morning. I expected to find myself at neutral at best, but the pendulum tells me I'm at joy. Ah, ha, ha. Isn't it wonderful? So, you know, when you learn to use the scale and you look at it, you're like, oh, I'm probably here. Then you find out you're not there and it's not something worse than what you thought. Suddenly you realize how those parts of you are really good at convincing you, oh, it's not good enough. Oh, you're not. I see this a lot in my private sessions. People are done with patterns, but they're still carrying them. The habit's still there. The fear is still there. They're still hanging on, more of just because they're used to it. And to have a ritual, to have a ceremony, to have a cleansing, to have an acknowledgement, to have a heart-to-heart with your higher self or your body elemental that this is ready to go would be excellent. So the stinky thinking, yeah, use the scale and bypass it and let your pendulum speak through the stinky thinkies. Good job. As I tune in and ask through the sequence, I feel the internal vibe surface and displace the blah, oh good, and ick of my mind. Thanks for the reminder. Excellent. Yay. Hi, Brittany, honey. Hey, we need to talk, sweetie. Hero's journey, a lot of reality shifts happening for you. Excellent. You're my little mystery school girl. You are in your own mystery school. I will tell you that much. So, so what we have now is the new moon. So remember to do the spiritual weather report meditation. It's all in one this time. And for the new moon, which is peaking today, and this one. And if you're in the Sacred Spirit Guide Circle, make sure that you do the enlighten. I've done it now 3 times, and I absolutely love it. Love it, love it. I'm having different perceptions with the gold ray and the sun. I had a download of being the king, and it was pouring like gold coins right into this front part of my crown. It was so vivid. It kept happening all day. I do my connection to the sun in the morning and the evening and whenever, and I'm downloading the rays in real time, and the like starts to come. That's one of the things I love about going deeper into the myths and the stories and the way people thought about these ancient things is because when you realize Perseus embodies the hero, that's half God and half human. That's who we are. And I mean, we're all divine, but we're in a human body. So for practical purposes, let's say that's happening. And then you're beset upon by things you don't understand. So these were like the stories of the gods fighting, or turning you into stone, or tying you to a rock, or taking away this, or making this happen to you, right? That's that idea of powers outside of us coming to. And then having these moments where you're like, I have this battle, I have this battle. And then yet, what happens? Athena, one of the most powerful goddesses embodying the sacred feminine, the strength, the wisdom, and the protection, the ability to be stronger, is the guardian of the primary city. Clearly, the masculine energy was not perceived as stronger for the protector, patron, and so on. And so reality shifts is that when you realize you're on a hero's journey, and you're in a different place on that hero's journey in every area of your life. So we'll have to do a call. Maybe Perseus will do a call with us, being the hero. And what's interesting too, if you geek out on this stuff, is Hercules is a descendant of Perseus. Through his Hercules' mother was a descendant, direct descendant of Perseus. And hero's journey. Hero's journey. So have a beautiful day in your hero's journey, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.